This past weekend, Fox News host Howard Kurtz, to be exact, aired an interview that, of course, he pre-taped with Donald Trump. And in the interview, Donald Trump became very testy after Kurtz decided to fact-check him to his face about his lies about the migrants in Springfield allegedly eating pets. A talking point that has been repeatedly debunked. It's been debunked by the very person who started it. It's been debunked by law enforcement. It's been debunked by politicians at the local and state level. But nevertheless, Donald Trump is still out there pushing that conspiracy theory, which he did most recently last week during his town hall on Univision. So Kurtz decided to call him out for it. Kurtz said, quote, "I take your point that 15 to 20,000 legal Haitian immigrants settling in that area causes a lot of friction. But when you said, and you know it's gone viral, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, you said you were just reporting what had been said. But why not say now, well, look, that turned out to not be true?" And Trump replied and said, I don't know if it's true or not. I read something. And Kurtz said, you don't know if it's true or not? It's been debunked. And then Trump snapped back and he said, well, what about the geese? What about the geese? What happened there? They were all missing. And then Kurtz tried to jump in and say, well, there was one. And then Trump interrupts and says, Howie, I have no idea. I said something. The big problem is that you can't put 30,000 people into a 50,000 person town or city and expect this city to even survive or do well. What they've done to Springfield, Ohio is very, very unfair. And I mean, there are a lot of stories. There are a lot of other stories that I've heard that had horrible stories. I haven't said it. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But that's a story that was reported, and I said that, but why don't you go after the newspaper that wrote it? Don't blame me, he said. And Kurtz said, well, I think it's been debunked by local officials, to which Trump replied, I don't think it's been debunked at all. I think nobody talks about it except you. That statement doesn't even make sense. But what Kurtz was trying to add in there, when Donald Trump was like, well, then what about the geese? They may not be eating the cats and the dogs, but they're eating the geese, right? Well, on that front, there was a story that came out about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks. There was somebody that was killing the geese in the park. Turns out to be an old white man that was going down there and killing the geese, and he was fined $200. He was arrested. The police released that, and the guy was like, sorry, I've been killing the geese. Oops, I guess I won't do that anymore. So the one part of the story that had a tiny bit of truth to it, turns out the white guy was the one doing it. That's what Kurtz, I think, was trying to interrupt Donald Trump and say, but of course he did a very sad job with it. And I love the fact that Trump's like, I have no idea, I said something. He's like, I don't know if it's true, I just said it. That tells you everything you need to know about Donald Trump, who he is as a person, why he does the things he does. I don't know. I just do it. Now, does that sound like the temperament that you want in somebody who wants to be the next president of the United States? Because to me, absolutely not. That is a disqualifying characteristic. Not something that people should admire. Not something that we should elevate or herald as a good quality. It's a horrible, dangerous way for a human being to go through life, whether as president or just an average citizen. You don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it. You're just doing it for the hell of it. And that always leads to problems. And it'll lead to even more problems if he actually gets more power in this country after the election. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.